Twinkl Home Ed Academy, your one-stop shop to everything that you guys need to know about Twinkl. The subject of this video is Facebook. You may think that you are already a pro on Facebook, but this video will have lots of tips for you guys in order to get the most out of your Twinkl Home Ed membership. So stay tuned. So the very first thing that I am going to run through with you guys is our Twinkl Home Educators page. So if you haven't already, head over to Facebook and type in Twinkl Home Educators and go check out the page and make sure that you like it. So make sure that when you like it that you also follow, because this gives you the best chance that you have in order to see Twinkl news in your feed. Another really helpful thing is to click follow settings and make sure that you look at having default rather than just favorites, because this again will mean that you are more likely to see all of the things that Twinkl shares in your newsfeed. You can also change the notifications, so if you'd like to be notified of anything that goes up on that page, you need to change that from highlights to standard. The same if a video goes up, I would change that to all notifications. Live video, all notifications. I think you're getting the idea here. And any sort of offers, you might want to put that on or not. These little tips will help you to get the most visibility in your newsfeed of anything that goes up on the Twinkl Home Educators page. Now, you might be asking me, what is the Twinkl Home Educators page for? Well, it's mainly inspiration, but we also put on here our main resource launches. So you can see at the time of recording, we have a Halloween live countdown calendar, we have our Lizard's Lair initiative, and so on. So these are where our resource launches and our events can be found. It also is a place that non-group members can have a look at what we have as a product, so teachers, tutors, or parents who maybe don't home educate. Because as we're going to move on now to our Facebook group, something that's really important to tell you is that our Facebook group is purely for people who are home educating or seriously considering it. So let's start looking at that now. So the Twinkl Home Educators Facebook group is a really, really lovely space for you to get inspiration, again, a little bit like our page, but it's also for you to ask questions that you may have about Twinkl or home education in general, and it's a really supportive community made up of lots of lovely home educators, and they have a wealth of knowledge and are always happy to share all of the things that they have been up to and offer advice should anybody need it. So the page is a place that people can share what they've been up to, people can ask questions, it's a safe space, and that leads us on to the fact that the group is only for people who are home educating or seriously considering it. So if you invite somebody to the group that is home educating, then they must answer the membership questions, and the membership questions do need to be answered in full in order to get access to that group. So let's have a little look at the Facebook group in order that you can get the most out of Facebook, because I'm sure there's lots of things that you haven't noticed. So the first thing to go through is announcements, which you find at the top. And if you click on that, every single week it is shared a weekly planner, and this has every single thing that is going on. So it might be videos that are being shared, it might be about things that are going on in our Facebook group, so at the time of filming, for example, the Home Ed Bake Off. It also has different days, so Thursday of this week is Apple Day, so it gives you an idea of all of the different festivals and themed days or weeks that might be happening nationally. If you look down on the comments, you'll then see for each of those days, so for example on Monday we have the fact that it's Autumn Tree Week with the ENWC. If you go down to the links, you will find really useful links that will take you straight through to the relevant posts. So for example, with this one, it is the video and the resources that go alongside that particular feature. So this is a really handy place for you to come every week, maybe on a Sunday night when you've put the children to bed, in order to find out everything that is going on in the Facebook group and in Twinkl. Another thing that's really important to look at is guides. So this is a new thing that has featured on Facebook. but you have a guide to various important things that is again a really great place for you to get inspiration and ideas on your home ed journey. So the first guide is about all of the blogs that we have. So it's a great point if you think, oh, it's Space Week, I might find out some information on that. If you click on it, it takes you through to this post, and then if you click on that link, it will take you directly through to the blog for you guys to read and give you inspiration if you were, say, following that particular thing. There are, however, lots of other guides. So another guide is, funnily enough, the Home Ed Academy. So if you wanted to look for specific things linked to the Home Ed Academy, you could do. Undiscovered Twinkl is another one. But each of these guides will be populated and provide you with lots of inspiration to use as part of your home ed journey. Another really great thing to keep an eye out on is events. So if you look under More on my tab, you can see events. And then this has lots of different events for you to be able to see what is going on. So it really helps then if you click interested or you click going, then you get notifications in your feed to remind you that those things are going on. And anything that's relevant to those events, you can obviously see in the details of that particular event. So again, something else that's really, really useful. So just one final thing about the Facebook group, we often get mentions about, oh, I've missed this, or I didn't know this was happening, and it might be down to your notifications. So if you go to joined and managed notifications, you need to make sure with your notification settings that you have all posts as a feature that is clicked. This means you should get notifications every time somebody posts something in our Twinkl group so that you don't miss anything. Another final tip for you guys about our Twinkl Home Educators Facebook group is if you click over and check out the admins, if you add these guys as friends, again, it does help with the visibility of you seeing things and not missing a thing. Don't forget, as I've mentioned, our Facebook group is really welcoming. Any question, big or small, however silly it may seem, do please post asking for any advice, or if you'd like to share some amazing things that you've done with your Twinkl membership, then we love to see them. Now, as a final thing, I'm just going to head over and show you the Twinkl Secondary Facebook group. So just as a final mention before I go, and that is our Twinkl Secondary Facebook group. So if you have a child at home that is of secondary school age or almost at secondary school age, do please go and check out our Twinkl Secondary Home Ed Facebook group. It works in exactly the same way as our other Facebook group, but it's for people who are home educating their secondary aged children. It is a place for you again to discuss ideas, to come up with questions, to get help, to share some amazing things that you guys have been up to. So if you have a child who is of secondary age, then do please make sure that you add that group to your list as well. So that's it from me. I hope that that quick rundown of Facebook has been really, really useful. Do let me know in the comments if you have any questions or need any more help about using Facebook. It's a great tool to help you get the most out of your Twinkl membership and for you on your home ed journey. And I'll see you in the next video.